So here we are, shard time, so none and leaflets. What really happened in Arasaka Tower? If Militech was behind the assault on Arasaka Tower in 2023, and if there's actual evidence to support that, then why didn't Arasaka return the favour and nuke Militech? By now there's no doubt a bomb was manufactured by Militech, but it doesn't mean that they detonated it. I confess I'm not a huge fan of the popular theory that Johnny Silverhand, the controversial rocker boy, was behind the whole thing. In fact, I'm not really a Silverhand fan, period. Silverhand was a poser and a bio-ward. Not someone who would actually follow through on his grandiose bluffs. Full disclosure, I don't think Silverhand would have the balls to pull off something like that. Let's think this through. Who hates corporations the most? Nomads, obviously. Remember the mass market BD called Badlands Riot from the 20s about a band of nomads who attacked a Militech convoy? Well, guess when it premiered? That's right, on the night of the attack. Coincidence? I think not. Yes, there is Silverhand cameo in there somewhere, but that's just marketing play. A BD scrolled by a bunch of cactus huggers wouldn't sell for any without a recognisable face, but am more intrigued by the main actress. How is it she didn't star in any other production despite Badland raids? Huge sales. Where was she during the attack? Safe and sound, Night City gangs. Hi there, this is your friendly canine, Sergeant Doobs. This useful little guide you're holding contains essential information about Night City's largest gangs, where you'll learn which districts to avoid, how to recognise gang members, how to avoid dangerous situations. So the animals aren't real animals. They're freaks of nature pumped to the gills with strength enhancer hormones. They look more like piles of meat than people. They generally avoid cyberware with the exception of cosmetic modifications that supposedly make them more like, well, animals. They're extremely aggressive and don't need an excuse to start a brawl. But despite their name, the animals are not a territory gang. You can find fierce, hostile packs of them throughout the city. The 6th Street Gang, from a distance, they could easily be mistaken for soldiers on leave, military uniforms, combat boots, buzz cuts, shouting hoo-ha every chance they get, but don't let appearances fool you. These are violent, dangerous thugs, ready to slit your throat without the slightest hesitation. You'll want to watch out for them, especially in Vesta del Rey. The Max. Handsome girls, beautiful guys, but wait, it's a trap. They reel you in with their charm, and then when you're least expecting it, bam, your eddies are gone. Or worse, the hole in the wall that passes for their headquarters is called Lizzie Bar. Best seen from far and away, never entered. Maelstrom. You'll never find yourself in Watson Industrial Area. If you ever find yourself in Watson Industrial Area, and it's better that you don't, watch out for sinister faceplates. That's Maelstrom. To be part of the gang, you have to get your eyes and nose cut off and replaced with demonic, fiery red optics. Ouch. But they do that themselves. Who knows what they do to strangers? Better leave that mystery unsolved. Tiger Claws. Evanescent neon tattoos with Asian Montofs, katanas and shurikens, racing bikes, These are some of the trademarks of Tiger Claw's gang, with a notable presence in Japantown. Ignore them and they shouldn't bother you, but do something to promote them and say sayonara, baby. Valentinos. Golden grills, golden implants, golden crosses, and golden machetes. Say hola to the Valentinos. Despite the Catholic symbolism, they're not exactly love thy neighbour types. Those who get in the way usually end up chopped up into pieces, tossed out into the Del Corano. Voodoo Boys. These predominantly Haitian gangs are based in Pacifica, but they hunt their victims elsewhere, the net. The Voodoo Boys are most skilled net runners in Night City Underworld, but beware, that doesn't mean they're not dangerous in real space too. Be sure to give them wide berth, or you might just end up like one of their black rosters without a head. A wicked acid trip, but not the kind you think. Okay. Ever wondered what it feels like to fall in a pool of acid? You may finally have had your chance. Before I even get to my copy of Kings of Acid, my curiosity has already been nosedived after I found out it wasn't about that type of acid. And honestly, body horror has such a rich tradition, it's damn near Herculean task to find a fresh angle to take on it, but holy shit did the devs do it. You play Otakir, a cozy and somewhat awkward rocker boy who gets himself tangled up in a shitstorm with Maelstrom. The Borg goons entrust Kier with handling a mysterious shipment containing a protozoa capable of instantaneous regeneration. But in an unlucky twist and painfully common occurrence for our hero, a rival gang ambushes the exchange at a corp science lab and Kerr is pushed into a vat of mutagenic acid. That's when the trip kicks in, if you will. The rocker boy begins undergoing constant mutations, eyeballs on stalks, shifting skin, throat tentacles, and that's not even the really freaky stuff. After every victory in combat, Arthur absorbs a genetic code from blood spatter of its foes, making the already delightful hack-and-slash combat even more gratifying. The constant growing spiral of possible mutations makes a rewarding way to spend the experience points and builds in strong replayability. All in all, Kier's ultimate motivation is seeking bloody revenge against his music producer who cost him the lucrative album deal and brutally murdered the rocker boy's boyfriend. Story and gameplay are generously intertwined, and the pseudo-brain dance implant shipped with each game copy really helps immerse the players in the utterly fucked mutations where searing pain turns into power-jacked ecstasy. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this one. Okay, that's that lot done. Technology. Relive it. Braindance Quarterly. Guest editorial. Braindance editors have long strived to strike a balance between real, lived experience and technology experimental purity. The more heavily processed the material, the more abstract the pathways, the clearer the Braindance recording. These fundamental elements of design have guided editors since the first wave of brain-to-brain experience sharing technology took hold. In their pursuit of balance, however, editors have clearly shown a bias for purity over naturalism over the years, even going as far as to point pride in their quality of their productions. But in an industry, the latest push for greater purity has the proposal of the technology already, the purpose of the technology has already been forgotten. We do not find ourselves processing and filtering a brain dance recording to the point that the emotional experience no longer extends beyond what we receive from the film, television, or video game. After reliving some of the latest titles on my feeder unit, this once academic question now feels all too inevitable with the industry's current trajectory. For a moment, let's consider why some of these reports suggest that more and more users are searching for unlicensed titles on the black market, so-called black brain dances, extreme brain dances, or XBDs. Are we so sure it's the illicit content they are after, or maybe the real draw is the residual grit we editors try so hard to remove, distracting thoughts, irrelevant memories, loose associative threads, motion stretch beyond desire spectrum? What if this noise is not so superfluous as we believe it to be? What if these peripheral experiences hold the potential to elevate a good brain dance to an exquisite one? We do ourselves a disservice by not exploring these questions before our blind crusade for brain dance purity leads this industry straight into the bin of obsolete, flash-in-the-pan technology, JA. Relive It, a quarterly magazine for brain dance editors, amateurs and enthusiasts, volume 4-78, December 2076. Only 2 in World. Sweet. Why me? Confessions of a Brain Dance Addict. Prefix. Do you want to be you? Seriously, take a moment, let that question sink in. Do you feel at home in your skin? Do you like your job, your friends, your family? When you look in the mirror, do you say to yourself, I'm the luckiest person alive, then hop into a leather-upholstered backseat of your chauffeured Rayfield? If the answer is yes, then any of these questions, put down this book and stop wasting your valuable time. If you answer no to the above, I understand just how you feel. It used to be said that turn of the century that the world belongs to the 1%. Today, 1,000% is closer to the truth, and your chances of joining the group are even less than that. In this reality, I mean, where you are you. In a brain dance, you can be anyone, a broker who manages a portfolio of trillions, an elite soldier who blasts his enemies out of existence with a Tex shotgun, a suave rocker boy whom world lusts after. Now I ask you again, of all the millions of people in this world, do you want to be you? If the answer is always no, then my story begins. Sergio Morales. The truth about cyberpsychosis. I've had enough of the census shootings that claim hundreds of innocents every day. I'm sick of the satire on empty, decadent, implant-restricted dialogue. I'm tired of ignoring the cyberpsychosis problem. In America's society today, there is a lot of common myths and misconceptions about the so-called technology-related personality disorders. People think they can become infected in sketchy Ripper Doc clinics. Scientists allegedly disagree about the cause of the disease or even about whether it exists at all. Maybe their tune would change if a cyberpsycho turned their lab into a slaughterhouse, but even then I doubt it. They're not getting fat paychecks from cyberware lobby just to openly declare to the public that all nasty possible side effects that come packaged with their products. I've conducted my own research on cyberpsychosis with supreme confidence. I can confirm this illness indeed a byproduct of the modern lifestyle and obsessive emphasis placed on incorporating modern tech into our lives, although cybernetic implants can directly affect our brain chemistry, they still serve only as a catalyst for the onset of the disease. Our world is extensive dehumanization. We surround ourselves with increasingly more automated machines and artificial intelligences. Our loved ones replace their nature-given eyes, lips and faces with masks of metal. Some of us begin to lose sight of what it is to be human. We slip into feelings of total alienation and deep-rooted panic. We lose the ability to distinguish what's real and what is only artificial, digital, synthetic. Such people begin to isolate themselves, lose their empathy for others, and undergo dramatic mood swings that exhibit sadistic tendencies. The most terrifying component of all this, however, is that most will never be diagnosed. Not all cyberpsychos are known war veterans or former mercenaries equipped with sound device reflex tech. Not all will go out in a blaze of gunfire with max tech. Many cyberpsychos in our world possess only a single implant, a knee, a liver. They are unseen, unnoticed. They lock themselves and shut out their friends, colleagues and loved ones. The world outside of the net of their delusions has disappeared from conscious thought. They are sick and alone, and no one is doing a thing about it. There is no eloquent summary to be made here. Let's value the manifesto be measured by the fact that I was expelled from Xenotech Cybernetics research team for having written it. So that's that section done. Other three. Elzebub's talks with his grandson. Even before our arrival, many beings in Babylon had lost their minds over this subject, while many others were inching closer to the same fate. The burning question of the day, the question that racked the brains of both peaceful scientists and normal beings of Babylon was, do we have a soul or not? There are all sorts of most fantastic theories on the subject, with new ones appearing all the time, and each one of the tempting hypotheses has its supporters. Despite the overwhelming number of diversity of these beliefs, they are all based on two completely opposing premises, the first being called atheism, whilst the other is idealism or dualism. All dualistic hypotheses held the soul existence, and of course that it was immortal and could suffer many things even after death without being. Meanwhile, the atheistic theories held the complete opposite view. In short, my boy, when we come to Babylon, we come upon what we could only be called constructing the Tower of Babel. Here we are, Bushido and Neo-Postmodernism. The Bushido franchise is a litmus test of our time. A groundbreaking film series puts on full display the entire spectrum of American society, masterfully pointing out the greatest problems with the neo-modern era. Live fast, die never was in its own way a generation manifesto of the affirmation of life. The use of vivid colours, shaky cinematography, obtuse blood effects and passive brain spoiler testifies to the extraordinary self-aware of the director, who once revealed in an interview how he fucking loves it when hot chicks dissect the shit out of the Bout Boys. Perhaps no other concept may aptly describe the underlying societal ethos of Bushido 3 was released. Especially worthy of note is the repetition and subsequent installments of the implantable Molotov motif? Implant bomb motif, though the prism of which the protagonist reinterprets reality. One example of the convention's flawless implementation appears in the latest film in the series Bushido 10 Fade to Black. The scene in which a powerful Gura disassembles the arm of Jake, as played by the transcendent Tim Kelly, demonstrates a brilliant form of duality of the human condition. In one hand, Jake loses his cybernetic arm, a symbol of both his tragic past and the ongoing techno-ontological conflict within his psyche. Both, on the other hand, it's precisely due to the dismantling that Gora is blown to bloody bits by a sensational explosion sequence, and the fatal disintegration of the antagonist's body into a blood spray of gore. How should this be interpreted? Is this a metaphorical cry of a deep-rooted despair, a manifestation of personal transgression? This form, the fragmentation of body, could likewise be interpreted as a fragmentation of an individual mind, thus provoking the question, whose mind, indeed? Had everything the viewer seen of Jake's struggle been, in fact, a personified, embodied fear? Had he not been embroiled in an epic battle with a vile monster, but rather only himself? Could the entity of Jake's narrative been seen as a manifestation of some cyberpsychotic dream state? Among all the depth and nuance that this defined this franchise since its inception, only one thing is truly certain. Bushido has forever changed the world of cinema. Get high at home. These days, when the police have so much more to worry about than whether kids are smoking special cigarettes, when designer drugs can be bought on any corner, we say back to basics. Why line the producers and dealers' pockets when you can make your own contraptions in the comfort of your own garage? In the following chapters, we will provide quick and easy to follow recipes for your favourite boosters. It's fun. Right, so that's other done. Now we've got the other, which there is a lot of. Okay, that's a poem. I don't do poems, so there's that bit. 3, 2, 1. That's the end. 3, 2, 1. Who is Dr. Paradox? Who is Dr. Paradox? Who's hiding behind the distorted mask? Unsurprisingly, Dr. Paradox won't say. After all, he's breaking the law. He has to protect his identity. He has revealed that even the thinnest sliver about himself, Netwatch agents would be at his door in less than a minute. But think about it. Think! What kind of person could successfully hide from the world's most powerful corporations for years? Who could hack into encrypted TV channels? Who could disclose highly classified corporate secrets? The answer's obvious. Dr. Paradox is one of them. He's a puppet controlled by the establishment. To what end? Maybe this is how corporations funnel our anger and frustration into safe and controlled manner. Through a rebel who will never go as far as to issue a call to arms. Maybe he's going to be used to reveal facts that hurt the competition. Or maybe he's just a branding opportunity. In a month or two, Advent could put out a new Doc Paradox line for us to wear our disapproval. Only time will tell, but Christ's sake, don't listen to a word out of this phony man's mouth. Undoing the fall of the first net. Chapter 1. The Apocalypse. My name is Richie Bartmoss. Everyone knows WHO destroyed the first net. The first real question is why. Netwatch branded him a criminal and outlaw. The media called him a madman. Is either label correct? You be the judge. Below is previously unpublished letter which Bartmoss outlined just before releasing Rabids. Why has this document only just now emerged? Well, someone out there did not want you, my dear readers, to ever lay eyes on it. All the more reason to take a deep dive into the information available to us. Maria Gomez. The first net was supposed to save us. It would serve as a platform for those without a voice. It would offer unlimited knowledge to those who hunger for it. It would bring a fractured humanity closer together than ever before in our history, but these hopes were hollow, false. The net spread its tendrils around the globe faster than anyone could have predicted. Before anyone could consider the full range of consequences, this information superhighway turned out to be our path straight to hell. We were robbed of our privacy, deprived of our free will, and stripped of our dignity. It was supposed to save us, but now even the net itself cannot be saved. It was modelled by the corpse, with sharp edges, spikes and traps in every corner. Think of the net as a stream of water that flows gently into our minds before freezing, swelling and destroying us from the inside out. But remember, this is about ice. As hard as it may be, it's surprisingly brittle. One well-placed strike and it shatters into a million pieces. Watch out today and you'll see what I mean. Contacts. Okay, I'm not even going to try. Interrogation script. Oh no. Where's Coolidge? Inside. Inside where? Your mum. Very fucking funny. Ah! I'll ask you again. Where the fuck is he? Hold on. I have to check. Yeah. He's still in your mum. That's it. Ah! Not so funny now, huh? So let's talk. Where's Coolidge? And not another word about my mum. Okay, I'm done. Smart move, so. He's in another hole now. Motherfucker. Okay. The Iliad. For my mother, the goddess, the silver-footed Thetis, telleth me that twofold fates are bearing toward me, toward the doom of death. If I abide here and war without the city of the Trojans, then lost is my home return. But my renown shall be imperishable. But if I return home to my dear native land, lost then is my glorious renown. Yet shall my life long endure, never shall the doom of death come upon me. I would console you, also sail back your home, seeing there is no more hope, that ye shall win the goal of steep Ilios, Homer. Bring you down. Archived conversation. Where are you? Shy. Coom, seriously? We can't do that shit. Hello? You're supposed to be here 3 hours ago. Fuck, sorry. Be there in 1 hour. What happened? Same as always. You need to stop drinking so much. Whole operation depends on you. Last time, I swear. You need someone to take care of you. Take a guard. Archive convo between Joe and Odette. Who gave you my number? Alan, obvious. Cool, now fuck off. Come on. Heard you got glitter, 'cause I'm throwing this party. You're invited. Just bring a little. Told you to fuck off, so fuck off. You got that? Hey, chill, why so mad? Alan's in deep fucking shit. Send me another message. I swear if you do, I'll fuck you up. Oh, come on, I dare you. This is Taki and Kenji. Hey, opportunity knocks, Chrome. Tony's out the beers, you hear? Got thrown off of a building. Some unpaid debt. Exactly. Didn't pay off his Pinko machine. Now, it's our chance. To paint the pavement with our blood? No, listen. We can buy those machines at half the bill from the clown. No way. I'll enter biz with him if I were you. And I'll get smart if I was you. Plan to jack in yourself to death? To send live-in with your output? At least you won't push me off a roof. Stop. I'm not fucking around. We're taking those pachinko machines and setting up in the block. Then we'll earn big. The end. And there's none of this goes wrong. Whatever you say. Blake and Tim. And? Got these Eddies, man. On our way. Got anything spicy for us to start with? Beat down, curb stomp. You're just watching them now. Look tough, guard me. Sounds like a snooze job. Occasionally pop a knee, or deal with someone's wife, husband, kid, whatever. Nothing too complicated. Now that's more interesting. Should have started with that. This is between Ben and Sasquatch? We're at Blake's, and what the fuck you bothering me for? 'Cause here, T. Fuck off. Oh, sorry. Fuck off. Here, they popped an ingredient for juice. Lidocaine. Isiocaine. You fucking piss brains. Might come in handy. Then take it. Should we ask Blake first, 'cause it's like his? Ask your dick if it's got balls. DIY guide to how to build a bomb in your kitchen. There are many people filled with the discontent, but who lack the passion and clear direction to act on it. They believe to make an impact on this world, they must train and educate themselves for years. Must acquire special and marketable skills. Are they right to give up and lose the will to fight for what is just what is theirs? No. There is a simple, effective method for carving your name into the message into the history books. Loud enough for all to hear. Build a bomb. Sounds difficult? Wrong. All the necessary ingredients to build a device capable of killing dozens can be found right inside your kitchen. As you read the following, here is most important things to remember. 1. It is cheap but effective. 2. All components are widely sold and buying them won't arouse suspicion. 3. If necessary, disposing of components is easy. Not much more. Oh, not that too many DIY. Really, 2 of them. Okay. Conversation between Rick Young and Edward Dillon. Hey, fucking sweat stain. Fish stank shit. Sacks of shit. Boss man just wrote to me. Wanted me to tell you you're all a bunch of freeloaders. Also, got high prio freight floating in. Some fucking commie container containing fancy ass car. Some Soviet big shot need to make sure those wheels stay real fucking peachy, not a single scratch, dent, or cum stain. You're gonna have to think about it. You watch it after it closer than your own asses, more when your bored ass's wife and your shared dildo collections. If one fucking thing happens to that car, forget about next month's pay. Rick, you asswipe, you got promoted a week ago. Can you not be a fucking prick about it? Shut up and do what I fucking say. The Holy Bible, Old and New Testaments. Aristocrates 9. For all this I laid to my heart, even to explore all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hands of God. Whether it is love or hatred, man doesn't know. It all is before them. All things come to all alike. There is one event to the righteous and the wicked, to the good, to the clean, to the unclean, to him who sacrifices and to him who doesn't sacrifice. As is the good, so is the sinner, he who takes an oath, as he leads, as who fears an oath. This is an evil in that is done under the sun. That there is one event, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and the madness in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. For to him who is joined with all the living there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead don't know anything. Neither do they have any more reward, for their memory is forgotten. Also their love, their hatred, and their envy has perished long ago. Neither do they any longer have a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Brain Dance, available titles: Body Horror 12, The First and Last Time, Arachnophobia Unleashed, My Big Fat Chrome Body, Welcome to Hell 2, Rotten Love, Golden Shot 4. Archived, Confessor, Jotaro, and Elizabeth. Come over. I have a few bodies to get rid of. In cold storage? Yeah. Okay, come tomorrow. They'll be cremating a few at La Katana, so I'll toss in yours. Just come and take them. I don't care about the rest. Understood. Beyond the border of empathy. Last night on TV, I saw the following scene. A Militech squad in some debris-ridden corner of the Middle East fighting the enemy, terrorists, political opponents, shit. Maybe they're all just actors, it doesn't matter. I never really mattered in the first place. One of them is wearing a recording equipment, scrolling a brain dance. I can count on finding a fresh BD in any shop within days. Turn it on and bam, you're in the war zone. You feel like what they feel. You taste the blood in your mouth and its reassuring grip of the scroller's rifle. But that's not the worst of it. The worst is how the editor will be sure to try and show off the rifle, get a good shot of the manufacturer's name. And another split second and you'll be ready to buy the exact one. Even order it with some dents and scratches, free home delivery. Only 20 or 30 years ago, we were asking ourselves when will we cross the border at which empathy becomes irrelevant. Now standing in a shelled-out ruins of a home with a rifle in our hands, it's hard to believe that border ever existed. Thornton Owner's Manual. Congratulations, you are now the proud owner of a Thornton. We are proud to offer our Thornton guarantee, reliable and convenient at an affordable price. Before you embark on your new adventure behind the wheel of your new Thornton, please take the time and read the user manual. Okay. Cyberware usage and side effects. This is a bit longer. Many people believe that we live in the same time when impossible has become an obsolete term. Ripodox can replace nearly any part of the human body with artificial implants, from your big toe to portions of your nervous system. My years in trauma team, however, have taught me that the impossible is still very much possible. Even now, as we enter the twilight of the 21st century, we as medical professionals have not been able to eliminate all side effects that come incorporated cybernetic elements into our bodies. Of course, everyone is familiar with mental disorder, most commonly referred to cyberpsychosis, but it doesn't end there. Though advances in medical science for the greater part of a century have reduced its incidence to a minimum, cyberware rejection can still occur in a small subnet of the population. There's unlucky few can explain a range of complications, but following are the most prevalent. Immune system response. Body rejects the implant, causing scar tissue to continue to grow to the point that it causes pain and inflammation of the surrounding tissue, as well as possible interference with the tech's electrical circuits. Psychological effects. Neurological implants have a potential to cause irreparable change in the brain. Possible side effects include depression, apathy, hallucinations, and sudden increase to addictive behaviors such as gambling. 3. Implant overdependence. Long-term use of certain synthetic body part replacements can change the brain's chemistry to make it accustomed to a particular type of implant. There are reports of cases of permanent blindness after patients attempted to replace their Kanoshi optical implants with different models. In the face of known risks, what should our outlook be as consumers and medical professionals? To deny ourselves cybernetic enhancements on the 0.5% chance we could lose our vision forever? Or gamble away our life savings at a casino? The clear answer is no. Cyberware technology has elevated human biology to the point where these what-if arguments serve against the best interests. The best advice I can offer for minimizing your risk is read medical profiles on all cyberware you intend to purchase before installing it. Archived. Rich and Audrey. Or Audrey. How did you find me? How do you think I cut through your firewall? Like a hot knife through butter. Outdated code gates, prehistoric system architecture, your firmware's got more holes than a gangbang joy toy. Get to the point. I think that watch found my BBS. What? BBS, a place where netmariners can exchange info about fear of being watched, like a hacker club. Get it? Okay. But what do I have to do with it? Your agent has access to one of them. If you could sniff them out, check if I'll give you the quartz. No, I can't. Please, if they find us, they won't bother with arresting and interrogation. Do you understand? I'm sorry, I already told you. We're through. If you want help, ask Max. Maybe apart from this supposedly huge dick, he's got some useful contacts. How are we doing? We are getting there. Literature. Chronicles of Titania, Book 1. Have you an idea what you're talking about? The green-haired woman snatched mocking smile. I've visited many worlds, each built on a lie, although this might be the first I've seen where its people are so stubbornly close that their eyes to it. Vision felt rage inside them. How dare this woman, an outsider to the utopia of Titania, so harshly criticize a system that guaranteed the happiness of millions, he thought to himself. If anyone is blind here, it's you, Vision finally erupted. Titania knows no inequality, no scarcity. For the first time in human history, everyone belongs to the privileged class. A woman smiled softly with the mischievous twinkle in her amber eyes. Is that so? She asked. And you'll work at this connery? Are you unhappy here? Vision forced himself to remain calm, and in truth he wasn't sure why the stranger's comments had made him so upset. Perhaps it wasn't the foreigner's fault. She had not comprehended that mankind had finally achieved an ideal society. Her home, as she described it, resembled a primitive world, one long tainted with the stain of feudalism. In a sense, she was like a child, intelligent, yes, but ignorant and self-righteous to a fault. There must be a group within society responsible for this type of work, Vision explained. Thankfully, due to the advancing robotics, this means of production have become fully automated and shifted away from our hands. We now serve only in supervisory roles. So to answer your question, no, I am not unhappy. The robots do my work for me. Wait. You know what robots are, right? Of course I do. We have something similar, only made from clay and stone. The lime-haired woman replied, still a smug tone in her voice. Very well, your world has done away with work done by hand. But if that is the case, does that mean workers such as yourself have lost their former value? Are you suggesting that there are none who govern the progress from the above your standing, who determine your responsibilities? No response. The woman's golden eyes flashed as she laughed at Vision's confused, flustered silence. My apologies. The stranger's lips curled in an embarrassed smile. Maybe you're on an equal member of this corporation, but of what I've seen here, nothing about it matches what you've described. Watson, Whore Diary, Monday, what a fucking world. Finally get my ass on Ziggy's show, and right before I walk on the stage, a fucking hospital somewhere, I get shot up. This dick conceals the show last minute for a special episode about fucking victims. Who fucking cares? Is anyone gonna remember them in a week? Did they spend half the fucking career to get them on that show? No, they just fucking died. I got my ass to the stage anyway. Let him know, you cockblock. I'm goddamn TV messiah, but security fucked up so bad that it was scrolled, got corrupted or some shit. Tuesday. Felt fed up today, made a move on a town hall to the protest, fucking disgraceful neglect of war vets, got my hands on a dress made of sin fetishes, chanted my fucking throat raw halfway down there until I got the director of Wet Dream recognized me and said I was looking sexy. So I leaned up against a schism, faked choking on air dick, and slopped my ass cause I could tell he loves pretty boys. He took my back to his place, chained me to his king bed and fucked me raw, till I snapped each and every bedpost. He showered me in eddies, and I already got plans to see him sometime next. Maybe I can screw my way into his next BD. Wednesday, got into an argument with Ruth Desick. We talked about the normies who died saving some kids after a nuke popped during some corp war or other. Call her the toughest bitch on TV if you want, but she's got all the blubbery baby on me. So whatever, I figured I'd say something nice. I said they were pretty nova and maybe they'd want to be my fans. Well, looking at old photos, I was like, it's a legit fucking shame, because half of them got bulges halfway through Denver. Real waste of a good dick. She just gave me a stupid smile and told me to fuck off. Thursday, yeah. Friday, Christ, don't know which way is up. Fucking wept again. Boys brought over some lace shit or something, but it hit me like a fucking fire truck. Don't know what happened but everything smells like piss. There's a horse mask in the bathroom. I had to guess it was probably me who wore it and got rode around. My knees are kinda killing thinking about it just now. I don't know, just hope that it was the director from Tuesday and not a slank from apartment 3. The Green Death. A weathered man peered into the eyes of a young nomad as if trying to divine his thoughts. Don't misunderstand me, he said. I don't mind unexpected guests, but you must recognize when a man leaves alone in the middle of a desert, he has a right to ask uncomfortable questions. The boy couldn't make eye contact, instead glancing nervously through the window, as if expecting to spot an armada of battle drones coursing straight for him across the night sky. I'm running away, he muttered after a moment's hesitation, from the Green Phantom. He's been following me since Yellow Creek. The old man didn't move a muscle or for a twitch at the corner of his mouth, revealing he knew more than he cared to admit. You have nothing to fear, he said softly. The Green Phantom only comes for the worst criminals. If you hold regret in your heart, he'll forgive you. He'll offer you a second chance. The boy's anxious demeanor suddenly turned into a rebellious grin. I regret nothing, and you, old man, I don't have the faintest clue what you're prattling on about. You've also met Phantom once before. Oh, you're wrong. I've also met the Phantom once before. The tenderfoot nomad's eyes widened in surprise for a brief moment. It seemed as if there was a question on the tip of his lips, but he refused to ask it. It's late, said the old-timer. You should sleep. You're exhausted and you need to gather your strength before you continue running. If that's what you choose to do, my home is open to you tonight. The boy uttered his thanks without a word. He stood and entered the small, dark bedroom where his host had prepared a bed. To find his way, he switched on his infrared, then immediately froze in place. There was a body laying in the bed. He edged closer until he could discern its shape, a pool of cooling blood, withered hands contorted in unnatural angles. The vacant dead eyes of the old man he had only just been talking to in the other room. Suddenly the walls began to emanate an otherworldly olive glow. The boy could sense a figure enter the bedroom and just stand behind him. If you regret nothing, the hiss called, a motionless voice, then why did you flee? Then black, the world of the young nomad plummeted into darkness. Bobby and Frank. Hey Frank.
Hey, yeah.
You can take my shift tonight? You're yanking me, right? Been on my feet for 48 hours. Listen, buddy. You know I wouldn't be asking if I didn't have a good reason. So what is it? I landed 2 ticks for a Blackouts game tonight. You know, my kid's crazy about them. This is the only game we could squeeze in real short notice. Please, Frank, I'll get you back 3 of your shifts for 1 of mine. Fine, but throw in some stim so I don't keel over on duty. Frank, man, anything, anytime, thanks. You're the best. Yeah, no problem. Don't forget to snap a still of you and your kiddo, Mr. Good God of the Year. Orders, code red, target. Yep, threat level critical. Oh, that was the cyber psychosis. Okay. Ooh. That's interesting. Operation Cape System. We'll have to come back to that. And let's see. So you need a reply, you need a reply. These are all related to the questies that I've been doing. So I'm going to just do these because a lot of these have been dealt with. Ooh. No, nothing. Gina Jones, 15. Is that the total? Hostage. Never mind. You. Yep. There you go. That's that one. Sandra. And we got this. Okay. It should make it better. Right. And on that note, I think that's it for now.